All right, it's the 12th of August. It's a Tuesday, and we got about 20, just over 20 minutes to the NY Open. Let's go to the charts. Give me a second. Yeah, sound is good. All right, let's take a look at the calendar. All right, we got the big one today. We got CPI. It's as important as NFP. So that's at 8:30 a.m. EST. We're gonna wait for that. Right? I'm not gonna be looking for any setups before that. I'm gonna wait for CPI, right? To look for a setup maybe for CPI or maybe even after CPI, 30 minutes after CPI, right? Okay, that's the only important news even today. There's nothing else apart from that. There's nothing tomorrow. And then on Thursday and Friday we have PPI. On Friday we have retail sales. I won't be streaming on Friday. I'm taking the day off, so I'll stream Wednesday, Thursday, but not on Friday. All right. Okay. Let's go up a time frame and look at the weekly. What's happening? Now, if you were here yesterday or any day of the week last week, the weekly, whatever I've been saying on the weekly time frame has been the same, right? For about a week or a week and a half now. Price has come to 3,400. We've reacted. I said we should react here. We will react here because we did here and we did here, and we are pushing down. And where did we push down the last time? We pushed down to the minimum area was 33.32. We got past that. We could be coming down even to the next area after 33.32 is 3,300. Right, 3,300 is the next level. So can that happen today? Very easy. 460 pips. It's about 450 pips away. That's very easy for CPI NFP days. You can have I've seen 30-minute candles that are 350, 400 pips, a single 30-minute candle. So that's very possible. But there is no guarantee that that's going to happen. But it is possible. It's possible for price to get past 33.32 and down to 3,300, right? Now, why 3,300? Because that's where, if you see, when price tapped 3,400 last time, we came there, we created support, right? So that is very likely where we are heading. That's the reason I'm probably eyeing that 450, 460 pip drop. Okay, let's go to the daily time frame. We're very bearish. So on the weekly, we're bearish, right? We've respected the previous weekly high, and we've broken the previous weekly low, right? Number one. Number two, it's a decision level, and we're staying under 3,400. So for those two reasons, the weekly time frame is bearish. On the daily, we've come to a daily decision level, a rally-based drop. That's a daily supply zone, and that's a decision level, and it's keeping price down. We have closed below all of these wicks. Yesterday's daily candle closed below all of the wicks and also below 3350. Right, and we could be heading, as I said, to 332 and 3,300. On the left, we have clean space to the left, no obstruction. Price can, if there's a lot of volume, we can go through all of that and come down. Now, that's the obvious move. That's what the charts show. I won't be surprised if we push the other way for CPI, right? This is the most obvious move. Um, Everyone sees this. Everyone sees what I'm seeing. Clean space, easy drop. Everybody sees it, right? Uh, Price moves not because everybody sees something. It's price moves from a liquidity level to a liquidity. It needs to have liquidity to head down. So if everybody is selling here, there is no liquidity to push down. The price will need to push up to grab liquidity before it heads down, right? So if you see a move up happen, don't be surprised, right? It could be a move up to grab liquidity and then to push down. All right, let's go to our trading chart. Now on the daily, yeah, so on the weekly we are bearish, on the daily we are bearish. If you look at the 4-hour, we are bearish. We're creating 4-hour supply zones, drop, base, drop, and then a rally base drop again here. There's a single base in candle here. There are 2 base in candles here. So we are creating 4-hour supply zones, and also lower highs and lower lows on the 4-hour, right? Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and a lower low, right? So we are pushing down on the 4, we're pushing down. If you look at the 1-hour, also we are kind of staggering down. It's very slow. It's a lot of ranging, but we are creating on the 1-hour. You can see the lower highs and lower lows are much clearer. You can see that's a lower high, that's a lower low, then a lower high, because that's above these highs. That's a swing high, so that's a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high again. Again, these broke these highs, so that's a lower high. And then we don't have a lower low. Here we have a lower low, and maybe possibly a lower high to continue down, right? That's what the charts show us on the 1-hour and the 4-hour in terms of lower highs and lower lows. So on the 1-hour, 4-hour, daily, weekly, we're all bearish. Let's go to our trading chart. Yesterday, I did take a buy. We'll do a quick recap of what happened, or what the trade I took, the trade I said that I was going to take during the streams, and the trade I eventually took, right? So, where was it? Here, yeah. We had created a lower high here. I said price needs to break this lower high. So if you watch the last 10 minutes of yesterday's stream, what I'm explaining was all explained in the last 10 minutes of yesterday's stream, right? I'm just doing a recap of the trade that I took. So price created a lower high here. I said wait for this price to take this out, and it did with this 30-minute candle. And then the next candle broke the high. This created support. This is 3,350. That's a psychological round number. Just zoom out a bit. Yeah, that's 3,350. This candle closed above. That was the London low. We closed above the London low. This candle broke the high. So I drew the fib like so. Right. And then when price tapped or the optimal entry right there, 3351.5 or 3350, I took an entry here, and that ran up about 100. I think got at about 100 and maybe 10, 120 pips, I think. My stop loss was about a 55 pip stop loss, right? I said this is a counter trend trade. It was a very risky trade because all time frames are pushing down, but I explained why very clearly. I think like 6-7 times I gave the reasons why. There were like 4 or 5 reasons why I was looking for a buy. If you watch the last 10 or 15 minutes of yesterday's stream, you'll be able to see exactly why we took the buys, why I took the buys, right? It was like a 2-hour, a little over a 2-hour trade, maybe around 2.4, 2.5 hour. All right, so we've been ranging ever since yesterday. In anticipation for CPI, let's get rid of all of this. Okay. Right. Let's go to work. We've got about 44 minutes to news. Yeah. Yeah, easy, about 43 minutes to news. Okay. Let's start with the 4-hour time frame. Okay, so we've been ranging for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 24, 26 hours. We've been moving sideways. So basically since around the New York open yesterday, right from around the second half of the London session. We've been going sideways, right? Last 26 hours. So we have a supply zone here, drop, a base, and a drop. Those two candles there are basin candles. So let's start with that. Okay, let's put the numbers there. 338, 399. Okay, let's take a look at that on the 1 hour time frame. It's messy, but it's okay. Yeah, maybe bring it up here. Yeah, to that. This open, 518. Quick look on 30 minutes. Yeah, 1 hour is good enough. All right. Okay, so that is the closest supply. We have a rally here and a drop, so there is supply there as well, but I think this covers it. Let's take a look at that area. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay, now we've gone past this, and we've gone past this liquidity candle, so we can delete that. And the zone, we've just gone past this zone. But we haven't closed below it. Yeah, I'm going to bring this down here, right, to this rally, two basin candles and this rally. Let's take a look at that on the 30 minute as well. Yeah, maybe to this 603. Now the reason I'm keeping that zone because we haven't closed below it, right? We've gone through it. We're very likely to go through it because we've gone through it already. There is no liquidity in that zone left. Price is very likely to go through it, but I'm keeping it because we haven't closed below it yet, right? And the next level of liquidity is 33.32. We spoke about that just about 5 minutes ago when we did the high time frame analysis. All right. Now below that is this zone here. It's visible on the 1 hour as well. A rally base, a rally. This big push up. So we're going to extend that to. Sorry. Okay. We're going to take a look at all of the liquidity candles here. There is plenty of time today for analysis because we're waiting. We've got about 40, just under 40 minutes for analysis. There's plenty of time. There's no need to rush. All right. We're ranging here. We push down. We're trying to push back up again. Right. So that's the closest supply. That's the closest demand for now. Yeah, I'm going to change this to 1 hour demand because it's based off the 1 hour time frame now. It's no longer high liquidity zone, right? And then on the 4 hour time frame, further up, we have this zone that we drew yesterday. I'm going to extend that to the right. Okay, and then this one as well. I want to cover a decent area to the upside. That's about 500 pips. Yeah, that should be good enough. Okay. All right. Extend these liquidity candles to the right as well. We drew these yesterday. Okay, done. So we have this readjusted 1 hour demand zone and we have a new supply zone here, right? Now price is eventually going to break out of this today, right? It's going to break either below this, or it's going to respect the low and break above this, or it's going to respect the high and break below, right? These two zones, one of these two zones are going to be taken out, or possibly even both are going to be taken out, right? So let's see if this is a high liquidity zone. Let's start with here, with this. Has it taken out any demand to the left? This move here, yes, there is a drop-based rally here. This wick here has taken that out, so this is a high liquidity zone. Okay, this is no longer high liquidity zone. Prices come through it. Okay, all right. Now let's take a look at this area and see if we have a high liquidity candle in here. Let's again start with the 1 hour time frame. I'm looking for the largest bearish candle. 107. Yeah. Let's take a look at the 30-minute time frame. So the 15. Yeah, there is nothing on the 15. It's just a 30-minute time frame. Hmm. 366303. Okay. That's a liquidity candle there on the 30-minute time frame. I'm just trying to narrow that down a bit. Let's take a look at the 5-minute time frame quickly. Yeah, this should be good. Yeah. Yeah. We're coming there. If you respect this, we should push down. If you respect these eyes, if you don't break this liquidity candle, then we should continue down. If we break this liquidity candle, then we're pushing up to 3367 and higher to this zone here. If you respect the liquidity candle, create 30-minute resistance, then we're coming down. All right, that's done. There is price is reacting to this massive candle here. need to take a look at that. 428 pips. Yeah, this candle. We're going to take a look at this candle. I'm not going to ignore it. Just want to take a look at it. 15-minute, 5-minute. Yeah, I'm going to mark this 1-minute candle. Keep this marked. 49190. 49190. Let's see what happens if price gets there. Yeah, that is good. 325 pips away. All right, let's take a look at this area again. This liquidity candle. I want to take a look at this area on the 1-hour time frame. That's a 93 pip candle. Let's take a 30-minute. 84. $79. Yeah, this one here. 116. Let's take a look at the 5-minute. Yeah, for sure. For sure. This one. That's the one. 116341. Just give me a second. All right. 116341. 341. Okay. All right. If you get past this, that's where we're coming to. That's where we're coming to. 3390, 3391 or 3390. There's a lot of bearish volume. That's why we're coming to 3390. All right. This is the NY open. 30-minute support has formed. We have our liquidity candles. There's one here. There are several liquidity levels the price can go through if there's a lot of bearish volume. 3332 is a weekly SR level. We have a liquidity candle below that, right here around 3313 or 3312, 3313, somewhere around that area. Then the next liquidity area, the third one is 3300. We spoke about that, where price can come down to that. And the one after that is 3391 is the liquidity candle, and then 3289 is the weekly SR level, right? All right, let's take a look at what price has done in the Asian and London session. It's not done much, but it's important for us to see what levels has it respected, how price moved. That's important. Okay. That's the market open. The market opened at 33.43 inside the zone. Where is it here? 33.43 inside the zone. There was a liquidity candle here, and it's pushed up, stayed inside this liquidity candle, didn't go through it. We respected the highs and we came down, right? So it's the signs are that price is pushing down. Okay, let's draw the Asian highs and lows. What is this? Sorry. Yeah. This is the market open swing. Let's take this. Two, three, one. 231. 626. 745. 816. Oh. All right. So the London range, the open range, is kind of, yeah, just engulfed the Asian range, but closed back inside, then closed back above, pushed inside, so it's same range. All right, in the Asian session, the open range is about 111 pips, not much, because we're ranging in anticipation for CPI, and the London open range is about 155, 160 pips. Okay, right. We have plenty of time. Let's take a closer look at what price did. The market opened here, as I said. The price was inside a liquidity candle. We created 30-minute support. Now, yesterday we ranged, we pushed back up, and then we came back down. We ranged, we pushed up back to the liquidity candle, to the EMAs and the liquidity candle, created the Asian high, formed 30-minute resistance right there, and dropped back to 3350 and came down to the zone, right? We created the Asian low, pushed past 3350 again, back to the liquidity candle, and we just bounced, we just ranged there. Then we closed below, we created the London low, closed back above, dipped back in, and then went straight up to the Asian high. And the liquidity candle, created 30-minute resistance right there, and then pushed back past 3350, closed below 3350, came back to the zone, came back to the Asian low, tapped it, ranged between the Asian low and 3350 for a bit, possibly a couple of hours, and then we closed below the Asian low, came further down, tapped the London low, rejected the London low, created 30-minute support of the London low, right? And price is trying to push back up to the London high, right? That's what we see here. We've rejected the London low on the 30-minute time frame. Price is trying to push back up to the London high. Right. Interesting. Yeah, I think we're going to get a drop. Big drop. Hmm. Yeah, we're going to wait. We're going to wait for the 30-minute candle to close. There is another 21 minutes. Let's see how the candle closes. If you close above 33.50, or if you're going to close a weak bullish candle, then you can look for sells on the breakout. But let's just wait a while. Let's just wait for another at least 15, 16 to 18 minutes. There's no rush. Let this candle form. It's a long time for the candle. The candle's just started. Yeah, if we stay, let me put a line here. 33.45.05 is the previous weekly candle's low, right? So that's the low, that low right there. This low is 33.45.05, right? So if we stay below that, if you see 30-minute candles close below that, or a 15-minute candle even close below it, we're going to fill this wick and we're coming down to 33.32, right? That's a trade you can take, 130 pip trade, and then you can put your stops at break even and hold for this if price drops, right? So 33.45.05 is very important. I'm going to keep that here. If a 15-minute candle closes below it or a 30-minute candle closes below it, uh, at news, not before, at news, then very likely we're going to push down at or after news. Okay. Let's do a 30-minute time frame. We tapped this. Eight, 6. Yeah. Yeah. Lower high, lower low, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Hmm. Look, I'm not doing anything. I'm just waiting for the candle to see how the 30-minute candle is going to close. I will explain this in a bit. 586, low 556. Right, so this 30-minute candle is important because let's start here. Let me explain this clearly. Okay, so this was the lower low. We formed this yesterday, a lower high, lower low, right? And then we pushed down. We didn't create a lower high really, kind of this, but this is still inside this range. This one, we broke here. We created a lower low and a lower high there. And that was the one, the lower low before this happened. So then we broke this, we created a lower low here, and now we're due for a lower high for price to push down. We're due for a lower high. But depends on, this candle needs to break this high. Have you broken this high? What is this high? 835 and this 840. Yeah, we have broken the high. Got to wait for this candle to close. Wait for the candle to close. We push up and then come down. That's what I'm hoping, I'm anticipating that we push up, create a lower high here, and then push down. If you want more confirmation on the sells, wait for maybe a 15-minute or even a 5-minute candle close below 33.45 to take the sells to come down. You'll have a larger stop loss, but it's more confirmation, right? I'm anticipating a pullback, create a low high, and then continue down. Now, that is if it sells. If we are going in search of liquidity, instead of sells, if we're pushing up, then we're going to respect the low. After this candle closes, price has to respect the low and then push up, right? Those are the two scenarios. Either we create a lower high here, push down all the way to 33.32 and further down here to around 33.13, or after this candle closes, the next candle needs to respect this low to push up. All right, give me a second. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Okay, 12 minutes more, 13 minutes more for news. 15-minute candle has closed bearish and closed below 33.45. Now, we may not have a low high. My price might open and just push down. What numbers are they expecting? They're expecting good numbers. expecting good numbers. See if we get good numbers, continue to get good numbers to push down. 15-minute candle has closed bearish, 5-minute doesn't matter. 30-minute candle, another 12 minutes for the candle to close, plenty of time. Yeah. If we close below 33, if we close below 33.41, 15-minute candle closes below 33.41. We're going to push down, all the way down, below this here, 33.41. We're pushing all the way down. Volume will take us down. Yeah, this candle closed below. This candle closed below. 1 second, 30-minute time frame. Yeah, we're coming down. We're coming down. 10 minutes for news. Might not pull back all the way. Might stay below this. This candle tapped 33.50. This one broke the low, closed below 33.45. This candle right here, this is significant. This candle, 30-minute candle, or even here. Yeah. This candle tapped, closed below. This one broke the low, pushed back up to continue down. 020 and 43 0 90. 7 minutes more. God, I'm gonna wait. Gonna wait. If I do take sells, I'm gonna put my stop loss above that. Nothing higher. Price goes up, I'm gonna get out of the trade as quickly as I can. What is this? 70 pips? Hmm. What's this size? 50, 61. That's my stop loss. It's too wide. I want price to come up. I want price to come up. It did here. Needed to come up. I'm going to take a sell here. Don't like the stop loss. It's too wide. Anticipating price to drop here. $29 first. $29. Then 15. $109 and 25. Okay, taken two sells here. I would have liked to get in here. 15-minute candle close below. We were in this area 33.4505. We've closed below it. I would like to get up here with about a 50 pip stop loss. The stop loss on this is too wide. Well, let's see. 3 minutes more for news. Yeah, we're coming down. We're coming down. I don't think there's going to be a pullback. I think we're going to just push down. This is possibly the lower high, lower low, lower high, and we're pushing down. They're not going to pull back again. Take another entry there. $33.32. I'll close them. If we break this high here, I'll close partials. What's this high? 840. This high is 835. 40. 35, yeah. Okay. News. Finger on the trigger. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, pushed up, pushed up, pushing up, pushing up. 30-minute candle closed below, pushing up. Giving cells another shot. We should come up here. We should respect this high. $586, and this low is $556. 6. Let's see. Stop loss above that. What is this high? 58.16. 58.26. If you continue to push up, break this, then I'm going to get out. We shouldn't break, we shouldn't close here. We should stay below 70 pips. $36. 33, 36. I think we're coming back up. Coming back up. What were the numbers? It was as expected. As expected. We're coming back up. We're in prices searching for liquidity. Yeah, we're coming back up. We're coming back up. Coming back up. Price is coming back up. Coming back up here. So we did push up to create that lower high. The candle's going to come back up here. Going to wait for this 1 hour candle to close. Yeah. Just after the 1 hour candle closes, there is going to be a pullback. 21 minutes, just best to wait. Anyway, I've got my stop loss there, 33.58. Price breaks 33.58, I'm out. That's it. And I'm done. Price has to respect 33.58 and push down. If it comes back up, breaks 33.58, I'm out. Yeah, this candle has no top wick. We're coming back up. We're going to come back up. We're going to break this high. Six, seven. Four. 754. There we go, coming back up. We closed below 33.41. 30-minute candle closed below 33.41. Should push down. We're going to push up first. It's 30-minute candle closed below. Mm-hmm. 125 here. There we go, coming up. Now, I'm closing my trades if we break above 33.58. Add a pushy position there. Let's see if you respect that high. Yeah, we're respecting the high. Let's see if you continue down now. Yeah, need to stay below 33.58. Came back, respected this high, but we need to stay below 33.58. If we stay below, then we can push down. 15-minute candle closed. Yeah, this is not important. 15-minute candle closed at 30, stayed below. Yeah, this is a bull candle. Prices to stay below this 33.58. 75 pips. Stop loss. That's fine. That's fine. For CPI, it's okay. NFP CPI, wider stop loss, average. I've taken entries here as well, so average in about 75 pips is okay. Dun, dun, dun. These entries are a little too late. I should have stayed close to the I just stayed close to the high liquidity candle. That would have been perfect. If I stayed, if my entries were in the high liquidity candle, it's about a 50 pip stop loss. That is ideal. This was just unnecessary. Should have just waited for the high liquidity candle. So that would have been a 50 pip stop loss. Much better than all of these entries. Yeah, we're pushing up. I'm going to manage risk. Yeah, we're pushing up. Once we break 33.58, we're going up. Once we break 33.58, we're going all the way up. To break this high, we're creating a new high, a higher high, and we're pushing up. There's no reason to hold the trade beyond that. 33.58 is my final stop. Just giving the trade a bit of room to breathe. These entries were unnecessary. I should have entered above optimal 33.51, that range, or towards closer to the liquidity candle. These are really unnecessary. Yeah, we're pushing up now. Yeah, closing 33.57. Once we break 33.58, it's done. We're going up. Yep, there we go. Closed most of my positions. What is the swing high? Yeah. Yeah, we're pushing up. We're pushing up. Closed 75% of my positions. If you come down, if you create confirmation, then I will add again. But there's no need to hold when price is in drawdown. There's absolutely no need to hold. We need confirmation. Maybe a 30-minute candle close back below 33.50 or even 33.45 for us to push down. Until then, there are no sells. And there's no buys either. We're inside a liquidity candle. So there's no buys and no sells. dropping now. Yeah, I know. I'm not. Hmm. Respect to this fib. Let's see. Wait for the 15-minute candle to close. That'll also be the close of the 1-hour candle. Yeah, let's wait for the 1-hour candle to close. Let's see how the 1-hour candle is going to close. Price will push back up all the way up again. If this is a rejection wick, we're going to push back up. $58.11, 16 respected this high. Hmm. Yeah, 4 minutes more. See how the candle closes. If this closes a doji, if you reject here, then we're going to pull back up and then push down. But if it closes strong bullish, then we're going all the way up. This 1-hour candle needs to reject the liquidity candle and close below with a small body and a big wick, big upper wick. 30-minute candle, yeah, we need to reject. 3 minutes more, let's see. If you reject, then that's a big liquidity wick, then price is going to push back up. Then you can take sells. Price has to respect this high for price to come down. 3 minutes more for the candle to close. Just wait. 15-minute has flipped bearish. So this, what happened was this one tapped optimal and pushed all the way up to the 2 RR level. 125 pip move up. Now we're rejecting. Yep. Flipping bearish. Let's wait for the 1 hour candle to close. Big wick. 30-minute rejection wick. This is how it needs to close. Big wick, rejection wick, even bigger. Close below 33.50, not above it, below it. Needs to close below, not above. Above means we're very likely pushing further up to fill the wick and head higher. We need to reject 33.50, the liquidity candle, and 33.50 to push down. It's pushing back up. No, it's pushing, trying to push up. Needs to stay below. 1 minute candle needs to stay below. No, see, there we go. It's closing above. Close right at it. 49.96, close right at it. That's good enough, I think. That's a rejection. Now there's going to be a push up. This is the 1 hour candle close. That's a rejection. Wait for the push up. Wait for 15-minute bear candle to take the sells to come down. Price has to push up. Respect this high. 15-minute bear candle close. Take the sells to come down. It has to respect this high. Da, 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 da. Gotta add another entry there. We'll wait for this 50-minute candle to close, and then I'll end the stream. My final stop loss is there, 33.58. This candle didn't break the high yet, 33.58. We got close, but we didn't break 33.58.26, right? So that's a final stop loss. These are the entries, taken a couple down here. Anticipating price to come to 33.36, 33.32, 33.25. And then if there's more volume, 33.15, right? Let's see if we can get there. But it has to respect 33.58, this high basically, this 30-minute candle high. If we break this high, then we're creating a higher high, we're pushing up. As long as we stay below this, that's a lower high, we're coming down. We created a lower low, lower high, we're coming down. The moment we break this high, we're creating a higher high, and then a higher low, and then we're pushing up. Clear? Pushing down, let's see. This is 15-minute candle looking at. Still a long time for the candle to close. We've broken the previous candle low. We've respected the high, broken the low, but a long time for the candle to close. Anything can happen. We can push back or we can push up all the way back. Anyway, this is my last try that I'm giving on the sells. Try to take sells from here on this candle here, didn't work. Price wicked all the way up, and it seems like it's respecting this high. Let's see if we can push back down. We created a lower low, right? Pre-NY in the NY session, so we should be coming there. That's the minimum, 33.36, and then 33.32. If we come to 33.36, I'll take out 70% of my position, or maybe about 50-60% of my positions. I'll get out there if we come there. Long way to go, long way to go to get there. 110 pips to go to get there. We still haven't closed below 33.45. I want to see a 30-minute candle close below this, 33.45. We closed below just before news, then we closed above, maybe to grab liquidity. Now we need to see a close below 33.45. If we don't close below 33.45, we're not coming down. We're pushing up. 30-minute candle needs to close below 33.45 for us to come down. $50 minutes for the, can we push down in 50 minutes? It's 100 pips. Can we push down before the 4-hour candle? Because once the 4-hour candle opens, we're going to have a pullback. There's a need a close below here, 33.45. This is 33.41, right? This one.
Yeah, this is 33.41.17. Still pushing up, trying to push up. This candle closed below. This candle closed back above to grab liquidity. And we need a candle close below 45 and then eventually below 41. If you have, even if you have a 15-minute candle close below 41, we're good. We're coming down. Another 50 pips. Four minutes more for the candle to close. It's coming down. Let's see. 40.25. One nine one. Running about 120 pips in profit from here. 120. Let's see if we can close below 2 minutes. We can close below 45. Close below 33.45. Still, I want to see a 30-minute candle close, not a 15-minute candle close. Got 17 minutes for that. No real direction for CPI yet. We're just moving within the range. We moved to the top of the range. We're coming back. This is the bottom of the range that we created. This one right here, that's the bottom of the range, 33.42. But we've come back there, 33.42. We went to the top of the range. Top of the range is 33.55 and 33.42. About a 135 pip range, 130 pip range. It's just less 125 pip range. 125 pip range. We're just inside the 125 pip range. We haven't broken out yet. We haven't broken out to the upside. We haven't broken down to the downside yet. Still inside 125 pip range. That's a range. 115 pip range. Still in between, still in the middle of it. Still just bouncing in between them. And then there is also here a minor support resistance level. Is that 49? Yeah, that's it. It's still inside. We've been in this range since NY session yesterday. Since we got into second half of London session, since second half of London session, we're inside this range, still stuck here. Came back to the bottom, we're pushing back up. Went to the top, came back down. Came to the bottom, push back up. Yeah, nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. I'm going to end the stream now for maybe a few 2 minutes. My stop loss is above there, 3358.2. If you get there, I close everything. That's it. I'm done. I'm not going to take any more trades. We're ranging. There is no direction at all. CPI news came in. We just went up. We came down. We're pushing back up. No direction. We're still stuck inside this range. That's the high. That's the top of the range, 3355, and the bottom of the range is 3343, and the middle of the range is 3349. We're just stuck in between. It's no direction at all. Maybe later on, maybe I think around 10 a.m., 10:30 a.m. EST, we might get direction after the 4-hour candle closes. It's another 45 minutes for the 4-hour candle to close. Yeah, we pushed all the way back up. 75 pips, we could be going further up. Um, yeah, you need a 15-minute candle close close below 3340 for price to push down. A 15-minute candle close below 3341 or 3340 below this support level for price to push down. Otherwise, we're just stuck in the range. And if you're trading the range, then try to take sells at the top, the buys at the bottom, because right now there is no direction. Yeah, still another 11 minutes for the candle to close. 11 minutes. If this candle closes bearish, the next one needs to break the low, and then it's going to pull back again after that. For the 4-hour candle is going to pull back. Yeah. If this candle closes bearish, the next one needs to break the low, and then the 4-hour candle is going to pull back up. The 4-hour candle is going to pull back up. So if you want to take sells, you can wait for that. But this candle has to close bearish, and the next one has to break the low. Respect the high, break the low. All right, that's it. That's it for me today. I'm waiting to see if I'm going to keep these orders. If we start to close above, the 30-minute has created a high here. If you start to close, if you break this high, I'll close partial positions, or I might even close everything. Yeah, 38, 40 pips, I might close everything, or I might close about 60% of the positions and then hold the rest for 3358.2. right? That's the plan. There is no direction yet. We're just bouncing. That's the resistance level. That's the support level. That's the mid level. We're in between. Coming back to the bottom, we have to close. A 30-minute candle has to close below this support. Just like this one did. We close back below, we close below, then we close back above. So we need to close back below this support level here for price to continue down. Very straightforward price action. All right. That's it. See you guys tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. EST. There is no news tomorrow, so should have a regular trading day. Depends on how the daily candle closes today. Um, Depends on how the daily candle closes today. Might have a push all the way down tomorrow instead of today. We've just moved, yeah, just 220 pips. There's no movement at all. CPI didn't bring any volume. Just a bit of volatility to push up, push down, push up. But we haven't broken. We've just done 220 pips. We're averaging about 430 pips per day, and we've done like half of that, 50% of that. 50% of that. So there should be a move left, maybe after the 4-hour candle close. The 4-hour candle will close in about 40 minutes, 38 minutes. Just maybe wait for the 4-hour candle to close, I think. It's best. I'll get out of these trades. If we push up, if we break above, if we start to close back at this resistance here, this 30-minute resistance, we start to close back here, then I'm going to close. If a 30-minute bull candle closes above this SR level, this the mid level, then I'm going to close. It needs to stay below 33.50 for price to head down. I'm not going to wait till the stop loss gets hit. I'm going to close it here. If we close back above this midpoint, 33.49, then I'm going to close partial positions, maybe about 60% of my positions. All right. See you guys tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. EST. We'll do our analysis and see if we have a trade for the NY, first 2 hours of the NY session. Take care, guys. Don't overtrade. Don't over risk. See you tomorrow.